here's how I know the heel turn is coming. It's like they get darker every time. Meaner.
The colors?
Yeah.
Or like their attitude.
Makeup. Did you see how dark Bianca's eyes were yesterday? It was like a dark purple.
I really liked it.
I loved it too.
I really liked it.
And
they
girl,
are so beautiful. I love y'all.
You know, this is what we want. We want y'all to turn heel. And didn't I say?
But like
they will have to lose the belts first
together, yes, but not against each other like some people were wanting to happen.
Queen P.R, Krista B, those wrestling girls, TWG, Black Excellence, making it effortless. Podcast bringing up women in wrestling. Let's go.
What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite girls, those wrestling girls. It's your girl, Krista B.
And Queen P.R.
And we are back with another episode of Those Wrestling Girls presented by the Revolt Podcast Network. Now, I know we giving y'all a lot this week.
Yeah.
Because we just dropped an exclusive interview with Jakara Jackson.
Yes.
That is exclusively on our Patreon. So please subscribe. The link would be right here on the screen. And for those of you who are listening and not watching, please go to the link in our bios on Instagram. Please subscribe to our Patreon because Jakara dropped some gems. Mm-hmm. She even dropped some gems on who she think attacked Jade.
Ooh, it's a really good interview.
Thank you.
Krista B was able to do with Jakara. And she doesn't do a lot of interviews.
She doesn't.
I was talking to Brian and he was like, wait, Jakara? Like, she doesn't do media. I was like, yeah. So we were able to get her for really good interviews. So make sure you check it out exclusively on our Patreon. Our Patreon is $1 a month, and it supports what we're doing, and we're going to have a lot more exclusive content. If you're new to Those Wrestling Girls, you can go back in the archives and see a whole bunch of fun exclusive content on there, including photos of us with wrestlers that we've never posted
anywhere else except for our Patreon. So you get to kind of see some adventures that we've had over the years. We also post our WrestleMania content there first. Ooh.
So you get to see that stuff. So
I can't wait for this year. We also spoke about, I don't want to give too much, but being that we're on the road to WrestleMania, you know, anything can happen.
Yes.
We also spoke about, you know, it being 10 years this year for Wale Mania.
Wow.
And how I came across Jakara. Like, me and her were on stage. Me, her, and Janae on stage. Turns up. You know, that stage. It be that stage. It be that stage. Like, if you know, you know. If you don't know what to tell you. But, yeah, like, and it's just, like, that's where you get to see your favorite wrestlers be themselves. Like, they're not.
It is the party of WrestleMania week for everyone. And when I say everyone, I mean fans, wrestling media, the wrestlers. Shit, we were backstage with
Gerald Briscoe
last year. Like, he was living it up backstage.
And you know what's funny? I went, because you know they had their rooms or whatever. Everybody was like bouncing from room to room. So I kind of went and I looked and I said, sorry, Mr. Briscoe. He was sitting on the chair, something like that. And I said, I just want to let you know that I am a huge fan. I've been watching you since the Attitude Era. You know, your character work, your brilliance, you and your brother. Like, and he literally got up out of his chair and was like, well, okay then, let's take a picture together.
Yes.
Then he goes, it's my honor to meet you.
Oh my God, and I love that because he was so happy to be there. Like, he was welcoming people. He was literally happy to be there. Come take a photo with me. I love when they're like, let's take a selfie. I'm like, okay. And it's like the most Gerald Briscoe out of all people.
Gerald Briscoe.
Like, you do not. Because
it was just like, well, you know how the whole back was so crowded.
Yes.
So it was just like, everybody kind of like stopped in unison when he was like in the back in the VIP, like way back where the drinks was at. And everyone's like, is that Gerald?
I think it is. Is that a stooge?
I must say, is that one of the stooges?
I mean, he's legendary, but we're Attitude Era babies.
So if you get it, you get it.
Exactly. So that was cool.
So that was amazing.
Wale Mania is definitely always like not missed. Like, you don't miss it.
You don't miss it.
There are people that go to the city that WrestleMania is in and leave after, like, the morning after Wale Mania, and they go back and they go and watch WrestleMania wherever they watch WrestleMania. That's how this party has just grown, and now that it's
10 years. 10 years is crazy.
Insanity.
I was looking at Wale Mania 30 from WrestleMania 35 and was mad that we wasn't there.
Oh, yeah.
Because
what?
Yeah.
I talk about that all the time because we did everything that week for WrestleMania. And that was the first one that we, like, worked everything as a podcast. It was in New York. And then literally the next day I'm online. And I'm like, wait, is that Kofi and Samoa Joe and the New Day rapping on stage at a wrestling hip hop party? I was like, I was like legit upset. Like,
y'all
how
violated
the fuck
us. It's
did
okay.
we not know?
Like, y'all in our hometown.
That this is
literally
happening
like,
in our own hometown, and we have not missed one since. And that is not going to change in Vegas. God willing, we will be there, living it up. And congratulations to Kaz and Wale and everyone that puts Wale Media together.
10 years is a
not
big deal.
easy to do anything for 10 fucking years.
Yeah, 10 minutes be hard. Like, God
exactly. So, yeah, congratulations on that. Make sure you get your tickets.
And follow them on social media. They just dropped a huge announcement.
Yes.
And I've been saying they invited to the cookout, especially this particular one.
Should we just say who it is? Because they announced it already.
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy. So there's been a lot of interesting discourse about him because he's been invited to the cookout, and a lot of people are like, "Since when?" Da, 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 da. But yes,
first of all, this is when Jeff Hardy been invited to the cookout. Okay, go back and watch. I think there was Monday Night Raw or SmackDown when
like
Teddy Long was getting married, and Jagged Edge was definitely in the ring. They were the singers, and Jeff Hardy is jamming on beat.
That beat was hitting, like he couldn't even contain.
Like he couldn't contain himself. Like when everybody looking, when Mr. Redacted looking stupid like this, Jeff Hardy is going
because he probably knew how dope it was to have them there.
He listens to the music.
He does.
He knows not to bring potato salad and raisins.
Exactly. He always had a connection. They're from North Carolina.
Like
What about Matt Hardy? How come he don't get as much?
I feel like
I'm very curious.
I don't know.
About
I just
that,
feel like
he is very vocal and supportive of everyone and everything. Why isn't he also a special guest?
So I feel like, okay, so you remember how when it was like, when the Usos and Roman like changed or whatever, and you saw like the Usos, everybody was like, oh, they got black in them.
Yep.
You know, but Roman, you know, he before he became tribal chief, it was just like, that's not his scene, that's not his thing. Yeah. But he was still supportive. That's just what it is. Like Matt is invited because they were both singing.
Yes.
In that ring. What the fuck? Oh, and If I Ever Fall in Love Again by Shy. So yeah, Matt is invited too.
Okay.
But he just asks a lot of questions sometimes. So Matt, you don't bring potato salad with raisins.
No.
Matter of fact, you don't even bring potato salad.
Just come.
Eat
the food.
If you don't want to come empty-handed, bring utensils. Okay, you can bring
needed.
You can bring all of the big storage containers, the to-go containers. You can bring the utensils, the cups, the spoons, the napkins. Hell, bring a tablecloth if you need to, depending on where it's at and if that part of the table got splinters and stuff on it. Do something.
That part.
But Matt, you were definitely invited to the cookout.
And I hope I would. Oh my God, I would die.
First of all, I'm swanton bombing on Jeff Hardy. Not even off the stage.
I'm gonna hug Jeff them, Hardy. And they're gonna be like, "Can Krista come get your girl?" Because I'm gonna be like, "No,
I'm gonna be like, P, hold him.
Never let it go.
Look, hold him. Let me come up on this speaker real quick.
Come get up on this.
Come and get up on this speaker real quick. Take it back to some pasa days. And if y'all know what pasa is, then y'all know." But no, congratulations to Jeff Hardy. Congratulations to the
really fun
to the entire crew of Wale Mania, Kaz, Wale, of course, their whole team. Shout out to Deborah Oxtail. Love you, girl. Love you down.
You.
Like the plug for real. So absolutely Wale Mania. And I tell my friends, I said, hey, even if you don't like wrestling, come to Wale Mania.
Oh yeah, that's what I always tell people because it's just a turn
that's just
up
what
at the
it
end
is.
Of the day.
Yeah,
it's a lot of chocolate men. That's always my like selling point because it's all the wrestling fans that came into the fucking city. They're all there to party, and that's where it all kind of kicks off.
It's a lot of.
And for us, we wake up the next morning and do media mad early in the morning. Like I gotta give it to us because that shit is not easy.
I think we just be in flight or fight mode or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, party, go. Like that's why we feel so drained when we get back. Yes. Like that's why
it's so much because we're not just working our asses, but we also partying, and it's gonna be in Vegas, so we really gonna be partying our asses off.
The way I'm a detox. afterwards?
Before and after.
Well,
I gotta prepare my body and
yeah.
then heal my body after that week because it's gonna be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
If you guys are going to WrestleMania, I know people are finalizing their plans. Let us know. God willing, we will be there.
Yeah.
And I want to see as many familiar faces as possible.
Absolutely. But let's get into this week's show.
Yes,
because
we got
this is a
Elimination
loaded
Chamber
episode
this weekend. So let's kick it off with what we were talking about before we started recording, which was our girls,
Bianca and
Naomi losing their tag team championships to
them hoes,
Liv Morgan,
them hoes,
and that girl she beat with
Big Back. Wow, wait. So while I was getting my hair done, shout out to my girl Tanasia. She's hooked up my hair. Make sure y'all follow her on Instagram, Zamore Beauty, because she will hook you up. And we was watching Raquel, and the first thing she said was, "That's a big girl." I said, "Yeah, we call her Big Back."
yes,
we call her Big Back. And then when she got thrown over that barricade, I said, "Lord, she about to have an allergic reaction.
Oh God,
she about to break out."
Damn.
That
was a great match.
That was a good match.
I will say, like, it had me on the edge of my seat. It could have gone so many different ways at so many different times.
I was almost snatched bald because I mid-braid, I jumped up out the seat. I would have been sitting here with a bald spot. It would have been ugly. But listen.
I love when we can get people that don't normally watch wrestling and watch
Tanasia was watching it. She was like,
that match was one of those matches where you didn't really even need to know who was involved, but you can keep up with the story and be like, whoa, what is happening? Like, because I really, at some points, was like, who was really going to win this match?
Yeah, it was that. And Tanasia's a hair person. So she saw Naomi's wig and was like, yes. And she saw Bianca's bracelet, so she fights like that all the time. I'm like, yes, girl.
I love their gear, too.
Oh, yes.
That was beautiful. Oh, my God, it was so beautiful.
Here's how I know the heel turn is coming. It's like they get darker every time. Meaner.
The colors?
Yeah.
Or like their attitude.
Makeup. Did you see how dark Bianca's eyes were yesterday? It was like a dark purple.
I really liked it.
I loved it too.
I really liked it.
And
they
girl,
are so beautiful. I love y'all.
You know, this is what we want. We want y'all to turn heel. And didn't I say,
but like
they will have to lose the belts first
together, yes, but not against each other. Like some people were wanting to happen. I want
it's her. She's some people.
Yeah, it's me. But now I changed my mind, and I need y'all to just collectively do what y'all need to do.
Let me change your name in my phone to Fickle right now. Fickle.
David Bryan was 100% right.
Fickle. He was talking about you personally.
He probably he was like, yo,
personally,
that bitch that be changing her mind.
She's fickle.
Cheering for everybody. This is for you.
This is for you. Fickle. Fickle, fickle, fickle.
I will be heartbroken if they turned on each other.
I won't, because give me Rhea and Bianca ASAP. Okay, that's it.
Yeah. I think that's what needs to happen next. Like going into Elimination Chamber, I think Bianca needs to win that match, and I would love to see it be her and Rhea. Although Rhea does have a championship match with Io next week.
Book it as a triple threat.
Ooh, yeah. Bianca and Io have history. Mm-hmm. They had that banger match in Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm.
And everybody was cheering for Io.
That was very surprising. That was crazy. That was one of my favorite pay-per-views.
Mine too.
And I didn't expect it to be. Like, it was just like, I was like randomly, just like, wait, what?
My Boricuas don't disappoint.
Okay? Benito.
My Boricuas do not disappoint. I promise you. If I had the means of going, I would have stayed by my mommy's house. Okay? And I'd be like, hey, I'm driving the car. Go and sit there. And I'll be back.
Yeah.
Hopefully with Bad Bunny in my pocket, but I'll be back.
Benito. I hope he's involved in WrestleMania somehow.
I was about to say I can't wait for him to come back.
Yeah, I really do. I know we talked a lot about it last week on who we obviously want to win the Chamber. We say Bianca. But what else do you see happening in the Chamber match? Because that's the fun thing, like Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber. There's the winner, but also a lot of stories can be told. Like we're talking about Naomi and Bianca and the future of them as a tag team. They're both in that match no longer as champions. So is it still going to be them against the world, or is it going to be...
I mean, I feel like it will be that to a certain extent, but it's every man, every woman for himself at the end of the day. I do feel like we're going to get a good matchup or square up between Liv and Alexa.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really good, face square down. And then you got Roxanne in the middle. And all of that. Then you have Bailey. Dang, how many women in this match? God, I feel like I'm naming.
It's a lot of heavy hitters. That's the thing.
I feel like I'm naming everybody from the Royal Rumble at this point.
Any of them could win. That's the crazy part about Chamber this year. Like,
yeah,
it
true.
can be. We got Roxanne. Her first match, she got beef with Bailey. Then you got what we just mentioned, the story between Bianca and Naomi. Then you got Liv and Alexa. Then you got Liv having beef with both Naomi and Bianca. Like, there's so many different areas. Then you got Alexa with her spooky shit. So this could really turn out to be a really fun match. Like, the more I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure they're gonna open. The women are going to open. But I think it's going to be a really fun match. And I think we're going to see something that none of us are really expecting to see.
Lord, I hope so. Let's see. Yo, yesterday I was on Twitter and Crystal, shout out to Crystal on Twitter. She was just talking about, like, what do you think about the match? And I was like, fuck them about Liv and Raquel. And then we were talking about how much it's such a great match. The tag team was such a great match, and like what's next for Elimination Chamber. And in that moment, she was like, the only thing that I was surprised about, that would have been an opening moment for Jade to come and sabotage instead of Dominic.
I'm so like, really, Dominic? But yeah, that would have been good.
And that's what I was waiting on.
Too.
Because when I heard like the rumblings, I said, oh shit, that's Jade. And then it was Dominic Mullet having porn stash having ass.
Oh my God.
Like, go put a muzzle on or something.
It's like, you still involved in the ladies' business.
Right,
go somewhere with yourself.
Child boo. Anyway, but yeah, Elimination Chamber can definitely give us a lot of new storylines, culminate, it can finish storylines. And then you also got Bianca and Bailey.
Yeah,
Bailey,
and they're
like
cool
nice,
now,
nasty. They're like,
yeah, you never know. And Bailey just tweeted something really nice about Naomi and Bianca.
I know, and she's like, it's just so annoying how good she is.
I love that, but I mean, feuds can reignite. Shoot,
and look at Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Yeah, child, I am here for it.
Me too, especially in Canada.
Especially because y'all know I love a uncouth, unsanctioned, give me everything type match. Although I still can't watch the I Quit match.
Get everything from under the ring.
Look, although I still can't watch the I Quit match.
That's a tough one.
That Rock Man kind of. I'm going to try. I am going to try.
I mean, you don't even have to try if you don't want to.
I'm going to try. Because I feel like if I could sit here and watch crazy matches like we've watched on the indies with the light bulbs and stuff like that, I can watch an I Quit match.
It's also us knowing that those chair shots were unprotected and just nobody gave any.
No, for me, it was literally like the blood. It's Mankind's mask, blood soaked. Him trying to is like two faces in a sense. Like the blood, the mask removed, and you still see the blood on his face. But he's telling everybody to go to hell. Saying, I feel like it was that
crazy.
For me.
That's a crazy.
Like. All right, sorry, 9-year-old self. Okay, calm down.
Maybe you should, just so you can have peace with it, and then you don't have to like.
I'm gonna have Chris come sit with me and watch it. Yeah. And he's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Just watch this."
Yeah, or shit, he might be the disturbed one after.
Chris ain't gonna pay. He gonna sit there and be like,
"What did I just watch?"
He gonna sit there and be like, "Where's the wine?"
That was 99.
That was 99.
Wow. We're getting old.
Child, shut up.
Speaking of
birthday
99,
in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Birthday in 2 weeks.
So I don't know if she was in the company in 99, but Trish Stratus is back.
Trish Stratus was definitely in the company towards the end of 99.
Yes. So she's going to be in a tag team match with Tiffany Stratton against Nia Jax and
Candice
LeRae. How do you feel about that? Because I was like, did we forget that Trish Stratus was a nasty ass heel the last time she was in the company? And now she's like saving lives and shit.
I need Becky to come and beat her ass.
I prefer heel Trish. Thank you, Trish. I enjoyed everything that she did last year. And I'm glad that she's a part of Elimination Chamber, being that it's in Toronto. How do you feel about Trish being back, her tag teaming with Tiffany, and how do you think this match is gonna go?
Okay, so here's my thing. Like you said, we talked about it last week. I do like the fact that Trish, I like the promo that Trish and Tiffany are doing on Instagram.
Yeah, that's cute.
It's like, it looks
the
like
matching outfits.
The matching outfits, the blonde hair, the initials on the Starbucks cups. Like, I'm just like, yo, Trish
That's
is really.
cute.
I mean, Tiffany has really has it made. Like, you teaming up with a WWE Hall of Famer in Elimination Chamber, and then you're going on to fight the Queen at WrestleMania on
Your
the grandest
first
stage
WrestleMania.
of them all. Your first WrestleMania.
And
Like,
she hasn't even been on the main roster a full year yet.
Yeah.
Like, she's really one of those wrestlers that had the it factor, and then she rises to the occasion. Like, her matches are good. I feel like she improves every week. She's super athletic. She has the character work down. She's now in that, like, I don't know if she's a face now, I guess.
She's probably a
but
tweener.
then I do like her attitude too. Like, even against Charlotte, because yeah, we'll get to that. But I like the pairing a lot. And Tiffany, like you said, like, girl, you know how lucky
you are lucky to be having that. So I'm excited for the match. I had made a joke about Trish in the group chat. Like, yeah, this is who y'all think, and she not even hitting hard or whatever when she was going against Nia. I do want her to. Sometimes I feel like she fights a little bit scared now because, you know, everybody's a little bit younger than she is.
Nah, get aggressive, girl.
Yeah, like, I do want to see an
You were just here last year and you were keeping up with all the girlies, so I'm gonna need you to bring that same energy.
Yeah, like, I just feel like she needs to, you know, bring that aggression side out, because as you said, she was a badass heel at one point.
She was.
Although Becky still need her lick back at first, and second of all, where the fuck is Lita?
True. That is a great.
Lita's still bruising that cookie.
They eliminated her from that storyline last year, and we have not heard
We ain't hear
anything from her since. Which is very unfortunate because, like, they go hand in hand. I'm gonna check her IG and see what has Lita been up to. She hasn't really been up to much of anything.
I think she's been traveling and
her.
stuff.
Yeah, she loves to travel. It marked her 25 years recently. So
maybe she may do something too.
She could pop up. WWE's been welcoming their legends way more than they have in the past. So yeah, let's see. Maybe Trish will need some help. Tiffany, I can see Tiffany being like, yeah, bitch, I don't need you or some shit. I don't know. But I do want to see that match. Nia Jax is gonna be so funny against them.
Did you see Trisha's tweet?
Which
She's like,
one?
well, that ended up wrong. Nia, that's a huge bitch.
Nah, calling somebody a huge bitch is mad funny. But also, like, you dead sat on me, so I could say whatever.
But that's also from a movie.
What I'm gonna say.
That's what I got.
Movie?
I forget, but somebody said that's a huge bitch. Yep. So that's how I took. That's exactly where I got it
what
from.
movie that is from. I thought she was just calling Nia huge.
No, that's
And I was
definitely,
like, I guess, if somebody literally, like,
could have killed them.
sits on you like that,
Could have killed them.
So, you know.
But no, that's definitely from a movie. It's like one of them comedic things that you don't see the character, but you just hear like the ad-libs being thrown out.
Okay.
Yeah. So if y'all find it, let us know.
It's coming back to me a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like it's something with like, I feel like it's like an Adam Sandler movie. That's like Big Daddy
That
or
sounds like
Little Nicky, Waterboy.
Yes.
Waterboy. I think it's Waterboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. But
Now
that was funny. Trish knows how to use her social to, you know, advance storylines and stuff. Which I always appreciate.
She's doing a really, really good job at it. You know, I've never been a Trish hater, and I want people to stop being like, oh, I was fine with Krista until I found out she ain't like Trish. It's not that I don't like Trish. I don't like what she did to Becky. And Becky, I get her lick back. Just like Bianca got her lick back on Becky, I get her lick back on Trish.
Becky, I miss you, girl.
Yeah, me too. Like, girl, you know I don't play about you, so stop playing with us.
I miss you, girl. Speaking of Becky, she put Lyra Valkyria over in NXT.
She did. She did.
And Dakota Kai came back and they had a IC title match, which is, I mean,
that was a good match.
I don't think
too.
anyone doubted that being a good match. Like,
the ending fell flat.
Wrestlers.
The ending fell flat for me.
I could see that.
I was just like,
I think because I really want to see Dakota win.
But I also was like, when she hugged her, I literally at the TV. This is when you turn heel.
Exactly, girl. Don't be hugging. Fuck that shit. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you beat me twice. The people wanted me to win. I got a second win, and you beat me. I'm not hugging you. Like, no. Where's the third? I want another rematch.
And I also feel like they kind of sold that short too, because we knew it was some type of ambush that was coming. But the way that it just didn't deliver properly. No. Put them in a triple threat. Thanks.
Yeah. I really want to see Dakota win. Like, and this is a new feeling of mine, by the way, because I was like, but when it comes to meh and meh, I'm gonna root for Dakota Kai.
I'm gonna root for this meh and not that meh.
Yeah, it's because the meh is like a little bit higher for me.
So this is it, y'all.
And I loved her in
Not this
NXT,
one.
so
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go with that. Do you see the IC championship being on a WrestleMania card?
It needs to be once it's in the right hands.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I said before, the IC title was one of the most prestigious titles in WWE. And I was listening to Rock, was it during the press conference? Which we're going to get into that too.
Yes,
I got 2 sound offs coming today, okay? 2. But he definitely said, like, holding the IC title was literally, that was your moment. Like, that's how you know you're in. That's how you were cemented before you went on to grab the world heavyweight title, the world championship. But now I feel like both IC champions, Braun Breaker and Lyra Valkyria, it's just like, oh, you're the champ.
Yeah.
Got it. It's not having any type of significance because maybe it's storyline. Maybe it's creative. Like, you literally, just like Chelsea, I honestly every week forget that Chelsea Green is United States Women's Champion.
I would never put Chelsea Green and Lyra Valkyria in the same lane. Like, Chelsea Green at least has fan support. She's super popular. She's super over. She makes you pay attention when she's on screen. I love the character she's doing. I love what she's doing with Piper. I don't remember anything particularly that Lyra does to make me
she doesn't do anything.
Oh, she's on TV. Or even if I'm scrolling, like, you can go on wrestling Twitter and see a Chelsea Green clip or something that either she tweeted or another wrester is responding to. There's nothing exciting about Lyra, and I'm like, is she just a nice person backstage that can wrestle?
You're absolutely right. I'm not gonna sit here and put them in the same category when it comes like to talent and stuff, because everybody's talented. Everybody, you know,
right.
But what I am saying,
very good wrestler.
Yes.
I was able to interview her last year when she was NXT Women's Champion. She's great, but I'm just talking about that connection.
Yeah,
with the fans,
that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when Chelsea Green appears, it should never be oh, you're United States champion. And I'm only saying that I forget is because the only time she's really ever defended her title, and correct me if I'm wrong, was against Mia Yim. Michin.
So far, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like we don't see
feud.
her title defenses. So sometimes, we barely see her wrestle since she got it. So that's what makes me say that I forget when it comes down to the IC titles, both of them, and the US title, because maybe both of them too, because who's the male's US title holder?
Shinsuke? Braun Breaker? One of them, right?
Braun is IC.
US, not LA Knight. Let's see.
But this is my point. You see my point?
Thing,
this is bad.
With WWE, it's like, if y'all, it's who they care about in the moment.
Yeah.
And if they don't care, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shinsuke, he came out, I ain't seen no blood around, but then he was also kicking ass.
He be having
He was also kicking ass, so you know.
And that's the thing with the mid-card titles and the championship titles in the women's division, where more emphasis just needs to be put around them. Like, Chelsea, like you said, besides Mia Yim, we don't have any feud to tie that to. Like, we don't have anything to be like, oh, Chelsea might lose it to this person. It's like, oh, she's entertaining on camera, but we're on the road to WrestleMania, and I want all women's championships on the card. So WWE, what are y'all doing to get us there? Like, we have the Elimination Chamber for the other women's championship, but like, what is Chelsea and Lyra going to be doing?
I don't know, but I feel like Zelina Vega should definitely be in that mix.
Yes.
Especially after that vignette.
I love that vignette. Oh, man.
It was given Aaliyah. And more than a woman.
She's going to love hearing that, because, you know, she's obsessed.
Well, Zelina, girl, you gave what you were supposed to have gave. Aaliyah would be proud.
I want to see her do so much. Like,
for
she has so much potential. And just, I'm talking about meh and meh. Zelina Vega is the opposite of meh. Like, she also, I might be biased, she's from New York City. She's a Capricorn. Like, we here. But Zelina has so much to offer. And I'm just ready for put her in a fucking fatal 4-way or some shit for the IC title.
Yeah, or the United States title. Yeah.
Let's make that happen.
Justice for Zelina.
Justice for Zelina. I almost wore my Zelina Vega shirt today too, but it was a little colorful. But I'm so here for that. Like, let's go. That took her out of LWO. Now
LEW.
Yes, I was like, wait, I was gonna say something that wasn't right yet.
Let's take her out of Lou.
But yes, Justice for Zelina. We are rooting for you, girl. I'm hoping next week we're actually talking about something more that you've done.
Yeah, for
That
sure.
we're into, you know,
Because we still have SmackDown. We still have NXT. We still have SmackDown coming up.
Yep.
So yeah.
Shall we get into some NXT stuff?
Maybe I have 3 sound offs. Nope. Maybe.
You have an NXT related sound off?
If it's Big Mouth Moose.
Oh, boo.
Tomatoes.
That was, tomato. That was whack.
You know what? He doesn't even deserve my energy or my time.
We do got the Hardys, speaking of them, coming back tonight as well for NXT, so that's exciting.
I love this. Running home, driving the train.
Yes.
Okay. You're not going to make me miss
We'll make sure
Jeff,
my one train is running
Jeff
too,
Jaquan Hardy.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm so hyped for that. But Stephanie Valkyria and Jordan Grace, and what's the other one? Julia.
Shout out to Julia. Happy belated birthday to her and Ricky Starks. Pisces season.
Happy belated birthday. They teamed up. They defeated Fatal Influence, as they should have. Honestly, they made light work of them as they should have.
It's easy.
How did it feel seeing Jordan Grace officially a part of the NXT roster, officially having a match? Like, she's in now. Like, all of the shock and awe of it is gone, and she is here. How does it feel?
It feels good, I'm not gonna lie. It feels good that she's here. But now I also sometimes feel like now, because of this merger with NXT and TNA, it's like she's there too. You know, it's like she's going back and forth. Like if it was if it didn't happen until afterwards, then I'm like, oh nah, now she WWE. Like y'all had her, whatever. Now she WWE. Although she is WWE, you know. But I'm loving it. I'm loving the new look.
Still feels like she got that TNA
Yeah.
dust on her still.
Yeah, like I'm loving her look.
Me too.
You know, I've always been a fan of her wrestling. You know, she's always been super, super nice.
She is really nice.
Yeah, so I'm just excited to see more. I can't really give a full, you know, synopsis on how I feel or whatever on Jordan Grace being in WWE, NXT. But I am happy that she's here. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
I think she's gonna add a lot to NXT, the brand, and wait till she start contending for them championships. That's going to be some good stuff, because now Julia and Stephanie do kind of feel like they're in a whole nother league in a good way. A lot of people say they got championships too quickly, whatever. But they do feel like they're on another level, and Jordan feels like she's also on that level too.
Yeah.
So she could do some really good shit
I agree.
in NXT. So I'm excited to see that. My girls... Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend, they lost a tag team match recently, but it was really good. Like, I enjoyed, like, it was one of those where, you know, like, a loss isn't always a loss. I think Metaphor really showed out. And a couple weeks ago, I was like, I don't think they're ready for the main roster, but I think they're getting closer and closer.
Girl, they was ready for the main roster once they had that match, their first match on SmackDown. I told Jakara that too, so make sure y'all subscribe to Patreon.
Please listen to that interview. Go check out that interview, guys. It's really, really, really good. But yeah, who knows? Next year, this time, we could be talking about them on the main roster, what they're doing in WrestleMania. I wish Jakara could have been in the Rumble. That's the only one thing. But
yep. Touched on
cool.
that.
Yeah.
Touched on everything. Also, NXT, I have to give it up. We got to talk about that triple threat between Carmen, Jada, and Kaylani.
That was
Kaylani
good.
came out. Like,
I love her aggressiveness, her hair, like everything right now. I'm like, yes.
And again, you see how she's getting darker. You see the makeup is getting darker. WWE, y'all not going to play in my face. Y'all not going to play in my face.
I see what y'all doing there. But that was a great match. Jada Parker also had new gear, which was cute. I enjoyed that. I was surprised that neither one of them won, but I think that more goes to like the feud between the two of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Like it's gonna happen.
And I like
them.
that Jada Parker is making Kalani Jordan be more aggressive just from like how much Kalani hates her. She's just like, nah, you want the beast, you're about to get her.
You're about to get her.
And I'm loving everything about it. And they're like, Kalani is so talented, and she's already held championships.
She was the first North American women's champion.
And I was just like, okay, that's interesting. But I think what is happening more now in WWE and NXT that I appreciate is it's not always about whether they got it. It's like you see the potential. Like Shawn Michaels saw the future in Kalani. And I'm like, now I'm seeing it now. And I'm like, put another championship on her now because I'm here for that.
I'm just here for an epic feud. Like, I want Jada and Kaylani's feud to go down in history books like Sasha, Bailey, Sasha, Charlotte, Sasha, Bianca. The common denominator is Sasha. But however, you know, I wanted to go in that, like, even if it doesn't have a championship attached to it anytime soon. Like, I want their feud to definitely continue to grow. That's true. I agree.
And I think they're going to bring out the best in each other. They're going to make each other better. Because Jada Parker, she's still very new. Like, she's popular, but she's still very new. And I think they're both bringing out the best in each other in this feud, in these matches. I think Kalani Jordan's promos are getting better because she feels what she's saying. Because she's just like, yo, this bitch been fucking with me.
Yeah.
And no, we're not here for that anymore. So, but yeah, I think it's definitely going to be one of those epic feuds that can be revisited at any time, any point in time. And like we mentioned before, we did get to talk to Krista got to talk to Jakara Jackson in a very rare interview because she doesn't do a lot of interviews. And one thing that she said in previous interviews that I've always appreciated is she's appreciated like Total Divas, and she was saying how that inspired her because you can be glam, you can be, you know, so many different things to be a WWE superstar as a woman. And she's like that new era. Like we talk about Trish Stratus and how much ground she broke, but now you have women like Jakara Jackson that are now like they can do so much because those girls like opened up so many doors for them. So I really appreciate that right now in WWE you have someone like Trish, and then now you have the newbies that are showing like so much potential.
Yeah, and that was when I was getting my hair done yesterday. I was editing the video, and I was like, because we were talking about baddies. I said, you have women wrestlers who look like they could be on baddies. Look at her.
Yeah.
Like, bust down, beautiful, you know.
Face beat.
You know, that attitude. In a good way, though, not a bad attitude. And she'll be kicking your ass. And getting paid to kick your ass.
I remember Jada Parker
without security.
Viral. Yeah. Without many security. But I remember Jada Parker going viral on like the Shade Room when she first debuted.
Yeah.
Because everybody was like, oh, this what y'all WWE sometimes like. I'm like, yeah.
Shout out to Breaking Lou because he loves Jada.
She's cool. She's cool. I like her. I could see her making an appearance at Wale Mania this year.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
I want to know who else are going to be special guests.
We are.
I mean, we're definitely a special guest. But I want to know what other wrestlers are going to be featured. The first year not the first year. In LA, I remember it being a Big E appreciation night.
Big E and Naomi.
Because Big E had got hurt and Naomi wasn't with the company anymore. So we were giving them their flowers. And that's when I was able to meet her for the first time.
Went right upstairs. Because one thing about me, I'm gonna make a way.
And it was good because I had never met her before. So I was like, yeah.
She's like, my girls.
I love her. Oh my God, I love you. I love her.
We love you, girl.
So one girl that I do love, and it was some sad news this week, was
Did
Carmella.
You cry?
Almost.
I know.
Almost.
Carmella, I felt it all the way in Brooklyn.
Is no longer... She is no longer with WWE. Her contract expired.
I saw your neck jump, girl. She needs a minute, y'all. She needs a minute.
Let me get through this.
Go ahead.
She's on the alumni section of the website.
Oh my God.
She has changed her names and socials. WWE is no longer a part of her identity right now. How did you feel when you heard the news?
Girl, you know I didn't care.
Oh, you're not a Carmella
No,
fan?
I'm not saying I'm not a Carmella fan, but I knew it was coming because she had did an interview talking about right around the time Rumble was about to happen. Like, she's been training, but she has this really bad injury that she just can't seem to recover from.
She has a lot of health
Right. So
stuff going on.
It's good that they put her on the alumni list, you know, for her to really try to like come back without the anticipation of the fans, like, oh, she's coming back at any moment. So that's when I say that's what I mean when I say I don't care, like, because she has to, you know, restore herself. Like I was not surprised, and then I also felt like, oh, your husband did cause you to do that, get that. Shut your mouth, Corey. But you know, I'm not gonna talk about nobody's husbands.
But yeah, I was disappointed because I do really like Carmella and I wanted to see her come back. But you know what's so cool about things right now is she could come back in fucking 5 years.
Exactly.
And it'd be completely fine and her fans will be there and will be excited to see her. Contracts or, you know, she can always get right and the crowd is gonna go insane. That's how I've been the last few years of when my favorite wrestlers leave, is just being excited for whenever they come back and just hope I'm watching or in the building when they do come back. Like when Mercedes ends up coming back, I need to be in that building so that I can, that's probably gonna be the biggest, I think one of the biggest return pops of all time. Like CM Punk was definitely up there. And I think Mercedes is going to be that. Whenever Carmella decides to come back, if she decides to come back, I'm here for that. She's a new mom.
And the whole Shield.
She's a family. She's, you know, all in her family right now. And you know what? She does a lot of great work. I think I mentioned before for women, fertility health and stuff like that. So she raises awareness for a lot of the different illnesses and diseases and the things that can happen to women that give birth. Even if it's that 2% chance, she raises awareness for those things because she, like I said before, she's had a very wild experience with childbirth and she has that, I think, drop foot or something like that, injury that she is having a hard time recovering from. So the wrestling ring is the last place Carmella needs to be. So we send you all the love. I will miss you. And I'm just going to be excited for whenever you come back.
Yeah. I had to throw in a Shield pop.
I know.
Because
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Here's my thing, right? I don't know, but some reason I've been literally listening, looking out for nuggets. When Seth Rollins was crying, woe was me to Cody Rhodes. And he was just like, he mentioned, they both mentioned the Shield. It was Shield references. You know, oh, you was my Shield, and then you used the Shield, and that Shield, or whatever. And I'm not saying that Jon Moxley's going to pop out tomorrow. But what I am saying is that because of that, that's a lot of unresolved, unfinished business. And hell, who knows? Maybe we'll wake up in the alternate universe where the two worlds collide and we got, John Ambrose or Dean Moxley. Hey, we don't know. As long as it's in the Shield. Because how many times are you going to play the music? Like, how many times?
Because they're going to want to pop the fans. But the thing is,
I can't keep getting headaches and screaming.
I don't think Moxley cares about the unfinished business. And I think that's the main thing. Like, I don't think he gives any fucks about coming back to WWE in any form or fashion. But again, we've seen wildest shit happen. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. But again, you never fucking know. Shit, who knows? Maybe, like you said, maybe Tony Khan will come to his senses and realize WWE is a better ally than an enemy because AEW is flopping. So maybe one day they'll come to an agreement, you know? Like, the thing about wrestling is nothing's off limits when there's money to be made.
Okay.
And there is money to be made if that partnership is done right. So
yeah,
we'll see. Have you been hearing the news? Sorry to interrupt you. About Mr. Redacted.
I was just about to say that.
Company.
Get out of my head.
Yeah.
Of that. I mean, maybe that's 3 sound offs.
Yeah.
All right, let's start. Now, we all know Mr. Redacted. We give him his flowers when they are due. If it was not for him and his mind, we would not be sitting on these beautiful, comfy chairs right here talking about wrestling all these years later. However, go off and retire already. What Marie said? leave, retire again because like you did what you needed to do.
Just like enjoy your hundreds of millions of dollars, retire, be a grandpa, hire whatever you do to have fun. Go do that. Like wrestling does not need you anymore.
Like you had your time here. We appreciate everything you've done. Now let these inmates continue running this asylum because they are running it the right way. They're doing
a fantastic job.
You understand? So we don't. Not that we don't need you. It's just your time is not now. Your time is up. Mm-hmm. Okay, and we are okay with the fact that you gave us something. We help water it with you. We help take care of it with you. And sometimes you have to let it go. You yourself have to spread your wings and let it go.
Yeah.
And be trustworthy or be understanding that you're leaving it in the right hands. And at this moment, Triple H has not really disappointed at all.
Not at all.
So, yeah, like, it's okay. We don't need another wrestling promotion. We can't keep up now.
I promise you it's okay. You can retire and leave wrestling alone. I promise you.
Or go stand by your wife's side when she in Congress, okay?
I can only imagine how hard it must be for him to not be a part of WWE.
Yeah.
Like, and it's funny because, again, 10 years ago, I would have bet you money that WWE would never not be without Vince McMahon. So, oops, sorry. But yeah, it's gonna be hard for him to let it go. Fox is supposedly the holding spot for his TV because you can't do wrestling without TV contracts. So supposedly, Fox might be the network where it starts, or not start. Just don't do it.
I think it's gonna be so weird. The energy and the vibe is gonna be so weird. Like,
it's gonna be bad. It's just gonna be so bad.
It's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be so bad, and that's it. And I just gotta close your eyes and shake your head and be like, Jesus, no, because we don't get it. We don't understand. But no, please stay where you at. We don't need you right now. Like, we appreciate everything you've done, Mr. Redacted. We appreciate that. Sound off number 2. And I need this completely for me. This sound off goes off to you musty, crusty, big back stalker. I have nothing to do but use Palmer's lotion in my hand in the basement until it's all done on the computer all day without bathing your ass and brushing your teeth. People, why in the world does any wrestler have to publicly announce or come out on Twitter to say, do not mail things to my home?
How are y'all
getting these addresses, for one? For 2, what makes it think in your right mind that it is okay to do this?
It's so weird.
And for 3, do y'all clearly really don't have any home training. And y'all clearly just don't care about these people's whereabouts. Like, their home is their safe space. And clearly it's a space that you cannot afford compared to what they're paying and can afford. Because you in your mama's basement with a bottle of Palmer's.
Oh, my God.
Like,
who they bothering now?
Rhea.
Oh, God.
And then Big Swole retweeted and was like, kids would send her stuff at her house. That means the parents are allowing it to happen.
So terrifying. Oh, my God.
Like, it just goes back to the, how do you know what hotel they're staying in?
That's the scary thing. So I'm like, how did y'all even get her fucking home address? Like, and the thing too, wrestlers are way too accessible. Like, Rhea Ripley, I've never heard anything bad as far as her interaction with her fans. So give her that respect. Give them those boundaries. Like, Rhea Ripley, go to a meet and greet. Pay for a meet and greet. Pay to see her at shows. Do not fucking show up at her house, mail things to her house.
That's weird.
It's just so.
Do you see her husband? Strange. They about the same height, and he about
shit. They buff as hell.
Yeah, like
I do not want a fucking Buddy Murphy. I don't want no smoke. with them.
At all.
At all.
That's weird. Like, stop doing that. Like, y'all really make a bad name for those who are just genuinely true fans and just want like a regular random ass picture that they can probably put up on their wall and tell their grandkids one day. Like, y'all are weird and creepy.
Very
and
creepy.
Sit the fuck down.
Y'all also just give all us fans such a bad rap because
Yes.
everybody's gonna think wrestling fans are like these like creeps, and it's like we're absolutely
not.
There's actually just a minority of them that are creeps.
What's smaller than a minority? Because they got to be a new word.
Yeah, because ill. And even like we talked about the stuff with Asuka a few weeks ago as well. Like, leave these wrestlers alone. Let them be, because what's going to happen is they're going to revert back and not be accessible anymore to us. They're going to be like, actually, no, I'm good, because they're going to start feeling uncomfortable at being like a famous person, you know? Like, the funny thing about wrestlers too is they're famous in certain settings. So, like, they're not going to feel comfortable anywhere anymore because they're going to be like, oh, my God, is there going to be a wrestling fan here? You know, in the airport. Like, we've seen wrestlers in the airport. I would never dare walk up to them while they're boarding a flight or at fucking baggage claim. And I've heard so many insane
We've seen a video of Rhea's
in the
face.
bathroom. Like,
I didn't see the bathroom one. I just saw when she was at baggage claim. She just got off the flight and everybody's putting their papers and stuff, and she's signing, and she just looks so depleted.
Good. She's better than me.
Cause nope,
She is better than me. That's why I
Listen.
never faulted Sasha for.
That's what I'm about to say. I'll be that bitch. I will be that
because
bitch.
she created boundaries with her fans before she was even as famous as she is now. So now her fans know better. That would have been me.
I'll be that bitch.
Oh, y'all are. Oh, okay. How about you pay a ticket to a show? And maybe I'll sign it there.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Then ain't that what Bubba Ray Dudley said at the
Probably
the Hall of Fame thing that we was at? And I was like, oh, he's being a jackass, but you know, me and him got personal beef. But I understand where he was coming from, and that, like, that's just so disgusting.
Yeah,
like,
it's
they are regular people. Let them be regular people.
Yeah.
Like, I will say, the only wrestler I spoke to in the airport was Ric Flair. And happy birthday to Ric Flair.
But I'm pretty sure you weren't invading his privacy.
I was not.
Like,
and
it was.
And I'm about to explain how. Like, he was walking behind me because we both got out our separate Ubers. Ended up at the same airport. He was walking behind me, like going through security and stuff. And I said, "Oh, hi, Nate." He goes, "Hi, baby girl. Hi, sweetie. Nice to meet you." And kept it pushing. It was the people at TSA. Like, because I had mentioned, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe Ric Flair's in here. They was like, where? Oh my God, that's him. What? I'm like, do your job. Do your job.
Ain't y'all supposed to be protecting something?
Yeah, like, I get it. Ric Flair's like, my Uber driver almost crashed pulling over because he wanted to jump out and see Ric Flair.
Wow.
Like, y'all gotta chill. These are regular people.
Y'all
like, we get it.
really
Ric Flair is a legend.
He is a legend. But let these people
These people be great. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, let's get a picture.
And they travel.
You tie on your shoe, but look up and say cheese.
Yeah, and they travel so much. They give so much to this business. Let them at least fucking check their bags and get their fucking suitcases without being bothered. Like, come on, guys. You mentioned
weird.
Bubba Ray Dudley. Have you been watching any of the
No,
LFG? So I really like that
I seen
show.
the communals. Lord, no, I didn't see no communals. I'm sorry. I've seen the commercials and the previews and the playbacks on social media. The upcoming one with Michelle McCool and Undertaker is funny because he asked her to come to help. Well, she's like, I'm going to come to help, whatever. What he didn't know was she was coming to help Mickie James and not him.
That's mad funny.
So he was like,
That is mad
and she was like, hold on, my husband's calling.
The funny thing is, so Michelle McCool was in my blind spot. We talked about it when she was announced to be in the Hall of Fame. So I'm not gonna say I don't get it, but I'm just like, oh, okay. But like, you're Undertaker's wife, so you're gonna be positioned in a certain way regardless of like whatever you did. But I do like the show. I do like that we get to meet more of the wrestlers that are in the performance center, because you just think it's NXT people, but they have so many people that train there. So you get to kind of see the different backgrounds, who's in the NIL program. There's a lot of Black people in there, which I was really excited to see.
There's
like
one
all
who's missing the
different,
tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, get my hair done. So she go, "Where's his tooth?" I said, "Child,
Yeah, it's gone. It's
gone."
gone.
That's when Road Dogg was up there, just doing what Road Dogg does, spitting classics and off the top. He could have been a freestyle rapper for all we know.
I'm sure he tried it.
I mean, I feel like Road Dogg's also invited to the cookout. He's that cousin that's gonna bring some weed. And then also bring some other stuff to experiment with in the corner. And then when y'all come back, y'all don't know if y'all up or down or coming or going. That's who Road Dogg is.
I mean, he used to have cornrows, unfortunately. So
sprayed it with weave in it.
Yes.
You could tell. You know, in the 90s, they burnt your ends.
Got about to say, got
that thick burn at the end.
And the ends are...
you could strike a match with that. Hey, that is it.
Oh my God.
He been going to them Africans. So yeah, he invited. He probably eat fufu and stuff like that. Yeah. He invited to the barbecue. He's definitely invited to the barbecue.
But yeah, check it out when you have time. It's good.
Yeah.
LFG.
I'll try.
It's good. Yeah.
You know me, I've been running around busy.
It's a lot. You got the 3 shows. You got AEW.
Then you got Evolve coming.
You have now A&E, Dark Side of the Ring is coming back out. Queen of the Ring comes out next week, I think, or the week after. It's a lot going on.
It is a lot happening. Here for it all, because this is our preparation for WrestleMania.
Yes. It's a busy season.
It's a busy season, and this is what we do, and this is what we live for. This is what we love to do.
Yes.
But yeah, I feel like I said I had one more sound off, but now I can't. Oh.
The Rock.
Yes.
Oh, real quick before you sound off, he announced that next year's WrestleMania 42, is going to be in New Orleans. So that's exciting because I've never been and I want to go, and WrestleMania is a perfect opportunity to do so.
Okay. Now, y'all know me. Y'all know I am a Rock stan through and through. Y'all know what Kazim and Shoemaker called me, the residential rock. What is it? The resident rock somebody. Some president of Rock's fan club, basically. We won't cut it like that. So, as you said, Rock came out on Monday Night Raw, announced that WrestleMania 42 is going to be in New Orleans. Now, I love New Orleans. If y'all know me and New Orleans go together real bad. And right now, we're in the most craziest long distance relationship I've ever been in my life. And he comes out and he starts, his music is mixed with Hot Boys and all the Mardi Gras colors, and we love that. We love that. Comes out, announces it, turns heel real quick, switched it up real quick, call him a bunch of walking STDs and whatnot, but classic Rock, cool, whatever. Calls out Cody Rhodes. So it went from good Rock to heel Rock to call me Lucifer Rock, okay? Rock gave Cody Rhodes an ultimatum of wanting his soul, wanting Cody to be his champion. Like, he is the puppet master and Cody is the puppet. And my thing is that Rock, although I love it that you're here, maybe we can get your perspective on this without you being that professional Rock. We want some real raw, raunchy type shit, okay? But you collected, like, I was texting my friend during the thing, and I was like, yo, where is my holy oil? Because it got dark real fast, and it was really starting to sound like, you know, whoever them people voted for, and the lies that person tells. And I said that to the group chat. I said, this is what it's giving. Or it's giving, if you guys are biblical, it's giving Jesus being tempted in the desert 3 times by the devil, by the enemy. He's like, I can give you this, I can give you that. It just proves to me that you are who you say you are. False promises, you know, and it's just like, how do we get here? Like, and I saw a clip of Mark Henry explaining it. Although the explanation was good, I was still confused. So again, my question is, how did we get here?
Yeah.
how did we get here? Like, do we think that Rock is really gonna sit here and make Cody Rhodes give him his soul, or make Cody Rhodes turn heel? And then if that's the case, what happens with Roman in the storyline? Because yes, Rock is using his TKO head of the table on the chair or whatever, and the match was supposed to be me and my cousin at WrestleMania and this and the third. So where does Roman lie in all of this?
That's a great question.
Please make sure you hit up this hotline and let us know where Roman lies in all of this. 929-269-2501.
Yes. Can I just say real quick, and how I've been feeling the last couple times that Rock came back, I feel like he just be chatting.
Oh, for sure.
And just saying shit. Because I was trying to follow that promo, and I was like, I don't think even The Rock knows where this promo is going.
It literally went nowhere.
I think they give him free reign. They say like, oh, Rock, you have 15 minutes or something like that. Even when he was on NXT, I was just like, Rock, what are you talking about? You make no sense whatsoever. And I think he just blabbles on and on and on and don't know what the fuck he gonna say.
Well, because he's The Rock and he's so charismatic.
Exactly, because a lot of times I'm like, where is this going? Like, I don't even think he knew that he was going to say that, and now he got to kind of like own it. But people have been saying that Cody's going to like lose it at some point, and maybe
gonna become Stardust again? Confused.
No, like become heel because he's been betrayed so many times. He's always getting fucked up, including by The Rock. Like maybe The Rock does kind of get him to be more of a heel character, maybe like a corporate champion type of thing. I saw that online. I don't hate it, but also give The Rock some bullet points. Maybe he needs to go back to writing promos on his arm or something.
What we not going to do.
Because
what we not going to do.
He don't be making no sense. I'm like, bro,
what
get
we
to the
not
point.
finna do is bring up that man was a hardworking man in Hollywood. He ain't have time to rehearse.
Saying maybe he needs some bullet points.
That's what we not finna do.
Maybe he needs a fucking, what's that called, teleprompter, some shit. Because I'm just like, bro, where are we going?
It was very confusing. It was very jarring. It was very like, huh? Like I felt like I was like,
huh?
Yeah, like, huh? Like, all right, where's the oil?
You, Rock. Keep coming,
and where's the Bible? Because huh? I'm so confused. But we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna see. Yes. He's gonna make a appearance at Elimination Chamber, so Cody will have his answer.
Very excited.
And a lot of people are saying that they think CM Punk is gonna be the one to sell his soul to The Rock. Which would be crazy.
Would be a good twist,
because it's just
nobody
like,
really expects
what
that.
about the favor? But then that would be the favor from Paul Heyman to The Rock, because you know Paul Heyman is all in that. Paul Heyman is kind of like the glue.
Messy.
He's the messy glue. Like he's the paper mache.
They all messy. Everybody in that bloodline storyline messy as hell.
He's the paper mache. Like as much as he wants to fall apart, he's still keeping everybody else together.
Yes.
So that's where we're leaving off on that.
Yes.
Make sure you hit up the hotline 929-269-2501 to let us know where does Roman Reigns lie in all of this bloodline conjecture of a crazy what the fuck. And yeah, we'll definitely play your responses on next week's episode, because this is a really good, interesting question.
Yes.
Please make sure that you subscribe to our Patreon. The link is right here on our screen, or you could go to the link in bio on our Instagram to subscribe to hear the interview with Jakara Jackson. It was a really, really great interview as we're on the road to Elimination Chamber and Royal Rumble. Let us know what you think about Bianca Naomi. What's next for them. And make sure you follow us everywhere. Yes. Everywhere. Follow the Revolt Podcast Network, because if y'all don't follow, then y'all missing out. Not us, because we know what we got, okay? Period. But P, let everybody know where they can follow you at.
You can find me on all socials at Queen3_PR. And yeah, that's it.
Make sure you tune into when she records live streams on our Twitch channel, Spotted.
Yes.
Which is really, really dope, which is really fun. I love watching. Maybe I could crash one day. Mm-hmm. Maybe. I don't like crashing because I feel like I overtake sometimes. And yes, we are bringing back Thirsty Thursday.
Yes,
we're kicking it off for my birthday.
That sounds good.
We're kicking it off for my birthday, so please make sure you tune into our Twitch, our YouTube, our Facebook, our Twitter. And the only way you can do that is by going to follow, like, subscribe, and share. You can follow me, Miss Krista B, MS_KRISTAB_ on Instagram and MS_KRISTAB on Twitter. Make sure you also follow me on TikTok. Follow us on TikTok. And everywhere else you can find us, search us, Google us, okay? On that note, it's your girl Krista B.
And Queen P.R.
And we're out of here till next time. Bye.
Queen P.R, Krista B, those wrestling girls, TWG, Black Excellence, making it effortless, podcast bringing up women and wrestling, let's go.